Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to the counter side video. Alright, so if you guys haven't inserted the coupon code that was released yesterday, please do. I'm going to show you guys the coupon code first before we jump into the video. I did it on the live stream yesterday already. Due to unforeseeable circumstances, today's maintenance will be postponed to the 24th of June at 16 UTC plus 9, whatever that means. Time may change depending on the duration of the store. As an apology, we would like to give you a new coupon, CS Global Core to You. What do we get? 10 SAPT cores, 30 APT cores. Wow, insane. So today's video we're going to talk about Awaken Yuna. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking me, hey, should I pull for Awaken Yuna or should I pull for Awaken Yumina? Now, Awaken Yumina's banner is still going on. Some of you guys, if you want to pull for Awaken Yumina, you probably already had. But yeah, let's probably give you guys a better idea on what Awaken Yuna can do overall in terms of the context, right? Alright, so let's talk about Awaken Yuna. We're going to jump into the C server and have a look at what is she all about. Alright, if you guys are not aware, Awaken Yuna is going to be the next Awaken unit that's going to be featured on Global. Now, I have no idea who will be featured next according to the website. Alright, here you can see they did mention that Awaken Yuna in the Great Witch's Legacy event episode and Awaken unit. But there's also some speculation that Awaken Lee Soo-yeon will be coming as well based on this picture right here. So I have no idea if that's true or not, but it's not written anywhere based on what I can see. Other than Awaken, I'm going to assume Awaken Yuna and then maybe like Awaken Na Yubin. So let's just talk about Awaken Yuna for the time being. That's the confirmed one, it seems, based on what I can see. And let's talk about what she's capable of overall. So first off, her stats are nothing impressive. Alright, she has like 64,000 HP. She has decent attack. Alright, but everything else is pretty subpar. In terms of as far as striker goes though, she's pretty versatile and flexible because she has the ability to hit air. If you have been using plenty of strikers, for example Chifuyu, Esterosa in Global, those strikers cannot hit air. So Awaken Yuna is going to be the first striker that every server has that will have the ability to hit air, you know, regardless. So that's going to be something that she has an advantage over. So let's talk about what she does overall. Awaken Yuna is not a solo single target, she's like a 2 unit in 1. Basically, Yuna herself is the character and then she will summon a bird, Rayleigh, the Phoenix alongside with her. So as you can see, on basic skill is kind of complicated. Her basic skill is actually stronger than most characters' one. Summons flames, inflicts AoE damage. Every 5th basic attack, Rayleigh, which is the bird, will deliver AoE attack to the furthest target and decrease its attack and attack speed by 30% for 5 seconds. This AoE attack is insane. It can one-shot a lot of snipers. For example, Xiaolin or Sylvia, I've seen them one-shot characters like those before. Ooh, what is happening? Oh wait, there's a Sylvia? Okay, look at that Sylvia, look at that Sylvia. Look at that Sylvia, boom! Almost dead. Okay, never mind, she's dead. The bird, man, the bird is killing her. It's just pretty crazy. It will always aim the furthest target, while Yuna will basically just, you know, hopefully stays in front and try to hit the front target, right? So, passive skill, this is where it gets really interesting, really spicy, and what makes Yuna extremely strong in PvE. So Yuna decreases HP by 2% every second for herself and everyone else, alright? It doesn't matter, surrounding enemies. So whoever that's in the battlefield will get HP decreased by 2%. However, if the bird is there and still alive, Yuna will be able to recover 3% HP per second. So even though Yuna lose 2% HP per second, if the bird is there, 3%, so Yuna will have extra 1% HP regeneration when Rayleigh is on the field. Therefore, Yuna can always heal herself as long as the bird is alive. Now, there's plenty of strategy to go about with this, right? So if you take everything into consideration, you can actually kill Rayleigh first, kill the bird to get rid of Yuna, because if the bird dies, then Yuna will no longer get the HP regen and she will also burn her own self alongside with everyone else and she will eventually die herself. However, it's not that simple. Rayleigh does resurrect in 5 seconds with full HP once per summon. So basically, Rayleigh has 2 lives. So if you want to kill the bird, you have to kill the bird twice. Because if you kill the bird one time, the bird will be turned into an egg first, and then the second time, only you can take care of the bird fully. So it's going to be a very complicated strategy. You can go about trying to target the bird first. There's plenty of characters that can do that. For example, Karin Wong, which prioritizes air target, stuff like Awaken Lee Soo-yeon in the future or Ludmilla as well. So those are very strong characters to counter the bird. Keep in mind that the bird is a supporter though, so that means the bird doesn't have any class disadvantage or advantage, but you can still kit. Depending, if you want to take care of the bird fast, you can just put like anti-supporter gears on your character. Keep in mind though, if the bird ray leg is dead, damage resistance plus 50% and special or ultimate skill HP restoration increased by 50% for 5 seconds. This is quite negligible. It might seem like a lot of damage resistance and special ultimate skill increase, but it only lasts for 5 seconds. So in context of PvP, once the bird dies, you pretty much already lose. Like, you don't want the bird to die, ideally. Ideally, you want to make Yuna and the bird stay alive as long as possible. Now let's talk about special skill. Summons a massive column of fire, inflicts AoE damage on and around the target. So targets lose buff effects, can receive new buffs for 6 seconds. Yuna also recovers 10% of HP if Rayleigh is on the field. So a couple of things that's happening here. Number one, Yuna has the ability to basically remove buffs from an enemy whenever she uses a special skill. So this is overall very good because this ability is quite strong as a buff remover or buff stripper to be able to take out buffs from enemy like immortality and stuff. She is used constantly to counter those kind of units that relies on buffs heavily, right? And at the same time, she also heals herself when she uses the special skill if the bird is still alive. So damage resistance increased by 15% for 8 seconds when she casts this skill, and effect is doubled if Rayleigh is on the field. That means the damage resistance, she's quite tanky, 30%. Alright, so going on into ultimate skill, she will discharge the power of Sun, inflicts AoE damage, recovers 20% of HP if Rayleigh is on the field, right? And attack plus 15% for 12 seconds after skill, effect double if Rayleigh is on the field. So you can see Yuna is a character that relies on sustaining herself. She has the ability to heal herself and stuff, but she's not that tanky. That's the issue. Having all this ability to heal herself is good, but she can still be bursted. She's not as tanky as Awakened Hilde for sure. Awakened Hilde is still going to be tankier, but overall, if you're comparing her to Awakened Yumina, I feel like even Awakened Yumina is slightly tankier than her in most cases, right? So if you use Awakened Yuna, you always gotta have another defender together in front of her to try and protect her and make sure that she's always alive. If you let her go to the front to tank, most of the time it's not going to cut it and she's gonna die to a lot of snipers as well. Now let's talk about in context of PvE. Alright, so context of PvE, how strong is Yuna? She is insane. Alright, Yuna is one of the strongest character ever. Also, she has a very cool Halloween skin, I believe. One of the first Awakened character to receive a very cool Halloween skin, even though the effect looks pretty similar as well. But what makes her really strong is her ability to constantly burn targets overall. So if you guys are not aware, the passive skill, right? So this ability to basically decrease HP by 2% in surrounding her is going to be insane in a lot of situations in PvE like Shadow Hall, Shadow Palace, because there's a lot of enemies, there's a lot of soldiers, so she can just burn them down slowly. But if you're fighting bosses, for example, where there's only one boss, danger close, or raids, there's only one Britra or one inhibitor, Yuna is not that useful because you're just fighting one boss, so decreasing the boss HP by 2% per second is kind of pathetic, right? You want to burst down the boss. So Awakened Yumina has the burst, much more bursty overall damage. When she comes in, she will blow up the enemy and do a lot of damage. Whereas Yuna, she slowly trickles down enemies' HP over time. But all in all, I would say Yuna is going to be quite an interesting character. I think understanding how she works is going to be important as well. Now, the interaction between Yuna and Rayleigh is kind of complicated, so you need to understand how she works in PvP if you're trying to min-max her, right? Now, in PvP, in terms of the interaction, let's talk about Awakened Yuna versus Awakened Hilde and Awakened Yumina. I've made this chart before. Hopefully, this will give you guys a better context. This will be I wouldn't say this is the Holy Trinity, but this is how it works right now. Let's do a green arrow. So Awakened Yuna, she counters Awakened Hilde. Alright, because she has a very insane burn. So Awakened Yumina sort of counter her. Alright, if you're talking one-on-one, Awakened Yumina versus Awakened Yuna and her bird flying, Awakened Yuna get destroyed. Right, whether you like it or not, Awakened Yuna gets destroyed. One-on-one. Awakened Yuna is quite squishy. She's not as tanky as Awakened Yumina. Yumina does a lot of damage. There's the bird though. The bird, Awakened Yumina cannot kill because she can't hit air. But actually it depends on how they are angled. there's a chance that she could hit her. Now when it comes to Awaken Yumina versus Awaken Hilde, I feel like Awaken Hilde beats her, but not one-on-one. I feel like Awaken Hilde, Awaken Hilde doesn't counter Awaken Yumina directly. It doesn't counter directly, it's just that she is tanky, so she can stall Awaken Yumina long enough usually for you to have your Xiaolin or Sylvia out to hopefully kill her along the process. That's just the gist of it ideally. So it really depends how you want to tackle PvP in the first, I would say, 3 months, right? This is going to be the meta. If you pull for Awaken Yumina, you sort of have a good counter for Awaken Yuna later on. People that pull for Awaken Yuna later on will be able to deal with Awaken Hilde, which everybody has. This is something that everybody has, right? Whether you like it or not, his mom, everybody's mom has her. She's available, free to play, by the way. So yeah guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys pulling for Awaken Yuna, or are you guys intending to save? You know, some of you guys might want to save for Awaken Paper Bean later on. Do you guys think that her skills justifiable is kind of good or strong in the meta? Comment section below. As always, if you haven't already subscribed, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.